You're tired of struggling with Rectocele and wondering what exercises are best? Hi, I'm Dr. Melissa, and that is exactly what we are going over in today's yoga flow. Go grab your mats and let's do this. Before we get started, if you happen to have some yoga blocks or a ball maybe about this size, this is the Center Rad ball. You can check it up here for a little discount if you'd like. If not, no worries. I've got you covered if you don't have anything like this. Let's get started on our back. So first we're going to just release a lot of the muscles around our tailbone. So if you don't have a ball, you can lay on your side. I'll show you facing this way. Laying on your side and finding your tailbone and just taking your fingers and kind of scooping your fingers just along the edge of that tailbone, working your way up into your sacrum, that triangle bone, the bottom of your low back. And you might find one side's different than the other. So start on one side. If you have a ball or something this side, we're going to lay on our backs and place that down along the tailbone area. That's all the way down the bottom of our pelvis. And you're just going to let your hips rock from side to side. Stay with your breathing. Nice breath in. Exhale, let it go. If you're using your hands, same thing, just a gentle massage along that area. You can hold a lot of tension in this area. So what we're looking is to relax, lengthen, and release before we get into our exercises today. And then if you've got the ball, maybe you start to do some circles. What I see a lot of times is we get our upper body. We just want our pelvis moving for this. You might find left side's a little more tender than right or vice versa. We're just looking for all those little signals during today's class. And remembering breath is key. Nice work. And maybe back to shifting side to side. If you haven't switched to your other side, if you're using your hand, you can switch and lay on the other side, releasing all along that tailbone. And then maybe you try just gently rocking your pelvis forward and backwards if you've got the ball, like you're just gently tucking that tailbone under and then off. But keep staying with your breath. Nice job. Nice breath in, exhale, let it go. One more breath here. So today we're going to take a whole body approach because there is so much that goes into our core and our pelvic floor area. Like our mid-back we're going to work on today, releasing those muscles around our tailbone. Okay, come on off of that. And then we're going to have everyone lay flat on your back if you aren't already there. Those arms rest by your side. And I just want you to be aware of your spine. Where do you feel pressure? Where are there curves? Take a breath in here and we're breathing out to the sides, front, back of your rib cage. Sending the breath all the way down, but not feeling like pressure bearing, pushing down. Exhale, everything comes back up. On our inhale, we're going to take our pelvis and just drive the pelvis forward. So a little arch in the low back. And then you're going to tuck that tailbone underneath. A little arch and a little tuck. And again, we don't want to see the upper body moving. It's just our pelvis moving in and moving out. It doesn't have to move a 10. As we're inhaling, we're lifting and arching. Exhale, blow out those candles, tuck. You want to make sure we're not gripping with the toes, clenching a ton. Nice work. For 3, 2, last 1. Now you can continue like this, or if you want to add on, when we inhale and arch, let those legs fall out to the side. Exhale, bring them up, little tuck. Inhale, open. Exhale. Nice work. Does each side go the same? Do you notice the range of motion in your hips different from one side to the next? We're just looking for control at that pelvis, staying with the breath. For 3, 2, last one. Nice job. Now, if you happen to have your block, go ahead and grab that. If you don't have a block, you could use a pillow. We're going to take the block and just place that underneath our hips. And we want it a little further down because we almost want just a little bit of a tuck of those hips underneath. We're going to start with the right leg, lengthen out through that right heel. We don't want to feel any pressure in our low back, so you might want to move the block down a little more. We're going to shimmy the shoulders to the left. Get nice and heavy. The shoulders stay down and take that right arm, lift your right arm overhead. You can even turn your gaze to look to the left, reaching through the right heel. We're sending our breath all the way down. We're going to be here for about a minute, working on our breath and making sure we don't have this big arch and our ribs aren't flaring up. Lengthen through the heel. And if the block feels like too much, try a pillow. You could also do the same thing without anything. We're looking to kind of open up the front of that left hip, open up the front of our right hip, send our breath there. Notice the stretch down that right side of the rib cage. Just gentle breaths in and out. They don't have to be big. Nice work. 2 more breaths here. Let's bring the right arm down by your side. Shimmy those shoulders back to the middle and slide your right leg in. Let's set up again. We're going to just have that gentle tuck of the hips underneath. I'm going to move my block down a little. Take the left leg, reach out through that left heel, lengthen through the left leg. Take those shoulders, shimmy over towards the right hand side. Take your left arm, float that left arm all the way overhead. Same thing, we're sending our breath all the way down to the front of the left hip. We're breathing to the left side of that rib cage and just feeling a nice, slow stretch down the left. Head can be turned to the right and creating that length. How does this side feel compared to the other? Again, we're not looking to feel this in the low back, just stretching the front of that hip. Side body, gentle tuck of those hips underneath. Awesome. Let's take one more breath in here. And bring that left arm down by your side. Shimmy those shoulders back. Slide that left leg back in. And then take the block out and just wiggle those hips left and right. Now we're going to roll onto our side and come into a child's pose, but it's a slightly different child's. What I want you to work on is bring your knees together and then slide your shins out to the side. And we're going to sink our hips back. So this is going to open that back part of our pelvic floor muscle. That rotation inward of the hips helps open up our sacrum, that low back around our tailbone. Nice breath in. And if that doesn't feel comfy, you can always come to your forearms and just kind of spread those knees out to the side. Thinking of breathing to your low back, send the breath down to your sit bones. So either one. Nice, gentle breath in. And you might notice it's harder to bring one leg out to the side than the other one. But it's always coming back to our breath. And if you're struggling or you're not quite sure how to feel that connection with your breath and your pelvic floor, you can go ahead and check out my free masterclass up here, where I give away 5 tips on how to help feel this connection better. And you can check out the description box too. I've got lots of resources for you down there. Nice breath in. Okay, now we're going to create a little movement with this. We're going to pull ourselves, come up into tabletop. Those shins are straight behind. Take that left leg and left arm, stretch and lengthen out. Nice breath in. Spin everything back down. Shins come out. Find whichever position you're in, whether you're in the forearms in that tabletop, sinking it back. Inhale, pull yourself forward. Right arm and leg, lengthen out. Nice. Sink it back. One more time, each side. Shins go out towards the side. Take your breath. Pull yourself forward. Left arm and leg, extend and lengthen out. Spin it back down. Sink those hips. Our shins are out. Pull yourself, come forward, extend, reach, and lengthen. Nice breath in. Exhale, let it go. Lower everything back down. And then here's where, if you've got your blocks or pillows, you can go ahead and grab those. We're going to lie on our right hand side to start. Bring those knees in toward your chest, and we're going to come down onto our elbows. So you can get that block underneath your chest. You can even do it without or the pillow underneath laying down, but we're trying to get our head turned over towards the right hand side. And just a nice mid-back stretch. So our mid-back tends to get really stiff, especially if you sit a lot during the day or behind your computer, your devices. And really opening up this area is so important for our pelvic health. And as you're here breathing, think of sending your breath out to the sides, the front, the back of your rib cage. We're not gripping, we're not holding anything super tight. I'm just breathing and letting it go. Awesome. Let's take 2 more breaths here. And send the breath sides, front, back of your rib cage. And remember how this side feels, because of course we're going to compare it to our other side. Nice. And just slowly walk those hands back towards you. And we'll just switch our legs, come over to the other side. Left side, bring those knees in towards your chest. You can come down just onto the elbows and walk those elbows over towards the left. You can put a pillow, a block under your chest. Get nice and heavy. And let your head come to the left-hand side. And breathe into it. Nice breath in. Exhale, let it go. Breathe out to the sides, the front, the back. Oh, this side is so much easier. The other side is like, oh. But like, oh my gosh, this is so stiff. But that's what you're looking for throughout these classes. Noticing the differences where we need to spend a little extra love, and the breath, like your breath and positioning are so important with our pelvic floor and core. Because we can take what we learn on the mat, off the mat with us during our day. That really helps get to the root cause of what's going on. Nice. Take one more breath here. Awesome job. Slowly walk those hands back. Make your way, come all the way up, find a comfortable seated position, and just take a moment kind of observing what you feel after class, bringing attention to our pelvis, rotation in our trunk, that connection with our breath. What do you feel? What do you notice? What's different? And that's the biggest thing, finding those couple of things that really make a big difference in what we're feeling. And if you're struggling with this connection with your breath, your pelvic floor, you're not quite sure what to feel, go ahead and check out that description box down below. I have so many resources down there for you. Let's take one last big cleansing breath in. Sweep those arms, lift all the way up overhead. Exhale, bring your hands down towards heart center, thanking your body for your practice. Keep up the good work. Until next time.